Hello and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Loki Season 2. This is episode 3 titled 1893. So my best guess is that they are going to 1893 and going to find something there. Maybe because we have seen, as we've mentioned before, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We saw it recently, and like the post-credit scene there seemed like it was from this season of Loki, and them in a what looked like 1893 setting.
I think it said an actual
date on the
date,
yeah, probably, perhaps.
Can't remember.
Yeah, and they saw a variant of Kang there, so I guess we're also really gonna meet that variant during this episode. And in the previous one, they were trying to find Sylvie. It took a while. They finally did. She was at a McDonald's and bickering there. And then we also had, what was her name? Docs leading this operation where they just started to bomb prune all the timelines, and billions, sorry, billions, if not trillions, that's more likely actually, trillions of people died because of that. Like, they pruned a lot of timelines, and that was a big event in hindsight. Like, Thanos ain't got nothing on Docs. Like, with the amount of people that just got pruned.
And I'm thinking, because these timelines are not restricted only to Earth, right?
No.
So this is like
gazillions. I don't know what, but
if there are even numbers that high.
Yeah, that was actually pretty damn crazy. They did stop them, but not before they did a lot of damage. And then we had Sylvie in the end sitting and looking at this device that she took from He Who Remains, which was his time
original time pad. What's it called? Time pad? No, what's it called?
I think time pad.
Time pad, yeah. Tempad,
yes.
The original Tempad, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So what's gonna happen in this one? We're about to find out. Do you have anything you wanna say?
I have a sneeze coming up.
Another sneeze.
Yeah, I only sneezed. Sneezed. I only sneezed once. No, I might have another one coming up. But the baby is sick, so we have him home. That also it makes this a little bit hard for us because he might just wake up at some point. But hopefully,
we can watch this without interruptions.
Yes,
we'll make it work.
Also, it's cold, so that's also why I'm sitting like this. It's not because I'm angry or disinterested or anything. It's just it's cold.
Yeah, it has actually gotten pretty damn cold.
It's
and
like it's wind. It's effing windy, yeah.
Yes, the wind is crazy today. Crazy. So maybe you can hear it.
Yeah.
Before we jump into the reaction, I do want to ask you guys to please subscribe to the channel, like the video, throw in a comment. Also, check out our Patreon page where you can watch the uncuts for the reactions that we're doing at the moment, and also early reactions for right now it's Demon Slayer and Battlestar Galactica. Link down in the description below. And here we go. That's nice. 1893 version of the Marvel theme. Oh, damn it. Oh,
that's a cool cape. No cape, jacket kind of thing.
Coat.
Where is she?
She? Miss Minutes? Oh.
What took you so long?
Interesting place to hide. Really stands out.
He told me that we need to put this package in that window.
It don't exactly blend in.
No.
Okay. Better.
No. Still weird.
And what do I get in return?
When he's back where he belongs, atop the TVA, you and I will be right by his side.
That's what you get. Power. Oh.
The guidebook. Oh, yeah.
Official handbook.
Wow, okay.
And then the music got loud as fuck.
Very ominous as well.
Yeah.
It's stable right now, but the branches Doc's prune are growing back.
Oh, okay.
Look at that knot of unrefined time.
Wait a second. Simpler.
Simpler.
Explain like I'm
please.
5.
Yeah.
We can hack into the system.
Really? Oh, that is such a relief.
No, I'm wondering.
What?
I think you meant it as an idea.
Not a.
Face to face with the woman who tried to kill us both.
Or maybe she got out of her system. Let's focus on that cartoon clock.
Got it out of her system.
Why would you go to the same place twice? I don't know. I'm trying to connect the dots. I mean, this isn't a pivot point in history.
Let's go to 1893.
Ramona, what are you up to?
Whoa.
Alright.
This can't be the same place.
Liberty Bell makes debut on 4th of July. Ghost Clock continues to haunt the Midway.
Ghost clock?
Oh!
What do you call that?
Ghost.
Breadcrumb.
Exactly.
Nice transition.
No, definitely.
This has to be a joke.
Make you a little homesick? Somebody feeling a little left out that they're not
A
up
little
there.
bit.
Yeah, it's because he's not there.
Why'd they include Boulder? No one's even heard of him.
Sure they have. Balder the Brave.
And you killed him, man. Indirectly, but kind of directly. That set off Ragnarok.
Hmm.
At least.
In the sagas and whatnot, not in the MCU,
No, no.
obviously. I don't think Balder or Balder, as you would probably call him, is in the MCU. Like, there's not a version of him there. Whoa.
Is that
The
balloon?
fuck is that?
I think so.
Time is everything.
Timely.
Oh, right. This is what we saw, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
It shapes our lives, our futures. But perhaps we can shape
It.
it.
Good
This is
guess.
exactly what we saw, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All science is fiction until it's fact.
Whoa. Not quite staple, is it?
You give me the patent rights, and I'll facilitate production.
No, I don't do partners. Excuse me.
Forgive my bluntness, sir, but I must have your temporal loom.
Step aside, Hornswoggler. I was here first.
Hornswoggler.
$1,000. That's my final offer.
I believe we have a deal.
Then you can just take the thing from the stage. Hmm? What?
Oh, was it? So he
It's
used
just-
him to
Up the price.
up the price. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's.
Outside.
You don't want that.
Excellent suggestion. I agree.
I want my money back, Timely. These trousers don't work.
You look taller to me. I told you these were.
Did he just went like this?
Yeah.
Your inventions are fake. Timely.
Excuse me.
I'll wipe that spine off your face. Oh, we got you now, Timely. There's no escape from this garage. Folks, there's a thief in here.
Yeah.
You're clearly really good at getting away. We have that in common. Sylvie!
Oh shit.
No!
You stay out of this.
Okay.
If the loom fails and the TVA is destroyed, there won't be a life to go back to. Not for you, not for anyone. And we can't fix it without him.
That is a pretty. Yep. Yep. Makes sense.
If you and the TVA hadn't messed with him, he'd have remained harmless. But instead, you weaponized him. What are you?
So what came first?
Bootstrap paradox.
This is all very familiar, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh,
Where's he?
You got nowhere to run!
Miss Minutes? Yeah. This is your moment.
Oh. What the? Okay, yeah, that's a way to start a panic.
Yep.
Ghost clock!
Come on!
What? Really?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Oh, it's gonna look so cute when they just...
Tandem.
Yeah.
You don't have any questions about the ghost clock?
Well, the ghost clock just saved him, so...
I would still be like, how? What?
It can go down to 40 degrees. Oh, and
Damn.
And 40 is probably Fahrenheit then?
Yeah.
So... Cold butt?
A long time ago.
In...
Far from now.
Ah.
I'll keep you safe.
and to work for the TVA.
Well, even before the TVA, or her, you created me.
So they're kind of just fighting for him right now?
Fighting for his affection.
Yes.
Our loom, a device not unlike your prototype you had on stage, it's in trouble. And it needs you.
Oh, so she actually wants to do the same thing as Loki and the others right now.
Why aren't the two of you in cahoots with him and his butler?
His butler.
But he was protecting me.
He switches sides. It's a well-documented.
Very much so.
My lab is in Wisconsin.
Go.
Lower taxes.
Got it.
They trapped us! Run!
The music.
Like, yeah, it's just one big circus.
Go ahead. I beg your pardon.
Go ahead. Just, yeah.
He's all yours!
Sir, use your legs.
What?
Lift with your legs, not
Your back?
your back.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one of the characters in this show is a freaking cartoon clock.
It was delivered to me when I was a child. You.
Yes.
This book has defined the course of my life. I like to think of it as a...
Miss Minutes. Sitting in the background like...
I have high hopes for this partnership.
He doesn't do partnerships.
No, he doesn't.
Pretty sure that's a thing that all of the Kangs have in common. Whoa.
Yep. Bye.
You heard her, Victor. Partnership.
Damn.
You had to do it. Bye.
But you will a partnership with a cartoon clock?
It's a creation, so perhaps it's he
The
thinks
same
a bit differently.
rules doesn't apply.
Yeah, because perhaps he just sees it as an extension of himself, perhaps, or something. I don't know.
I have a seat, a float.
Float.
Just be a minute.
Oh, take your time. Don't worry about me.
I don't think it's you he's worried about, though.
Is that?
This is it. The culmination of my life's work.
Oh, is that like the ball from Quantumania?
Oh.
It looked a bit like it.
It might be smart to lay low for a while. We made quite the ruckus back there.
What are you up to, Miss Minutes?
I alone was by your side. But there was one whim you never allowed me.
It's giving me a little bit, It's giving me, Ex Machina, a little bit.
You just kept me as your thing, your computer, your toy, instead of what I could have been. Your girl.
That's...
She is creepy.
Yeah.
Damn. I think you chose poorly.
Lover's tiff.
Mm.
Oh.
Thank God. You're here. Things are getting quite strange.
Whoa!
So that's the original prune stick.
Yeah, I guess so.
Renslayer.
No! Step away from him. We need him.
Move any closer, and he's done. When will you learn that none of your words mean a thing? All that matters is order versus chaos. I'm order.
No. What's gonna happen? Oh, yeah. There we go.
She's order, Loki's chaos. Oh well, Loki and variants.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything.
No, you will.
I can make my own choices. I'm not the man you think I am.
Get him out of here.
Wow. Wow.
I was just thinking.
Time to go fix the loom.
I suppose I've been a box you've been wanting to tick for a long time.
Ow!
Just do it.
Oh, I've killed you 1,000 times. In my mind, it's crippling, that kind of obsession. I'm starting to realize that.
That's good.
Power for you, isn't it? Be careful what you wish for.
Oh. Oh, she just sent her back there.
Here you go.
Yep. Here's your seat at the end of time. This is the corpse sitting in that seat at the moment.
Love you.
Darn.
Darn.
I should have known. It was foolish of him to make an enemy out of someone who knows all his secrets. I know a really big one. About you. I can tell you, but...
Tell us.
What? It's gonna make you real angry.
Of course. To be continued. Well, that was episode 3, 1893, and we spent the majority of the episode in that time with those characters, and we really got to know Victor Timely, a variant of Kang, obviously, and played a very eccentric version of him as well. Again, yeah, played by Jonathan Majors, and he likes to do this eccentric thing a lot, or at least with the the 3 versions that we've seen now of Kang, or like really gotten to spend time with. 2 of them have been like very eccentric, and then
I was just about to say like the one from Quantumania.
Yeah, like Kang the Conqueror. Yeah,
he was definitely not eccentric. Like,
no, he was more just of a straight up villain type dude, and just, more.
And I have opinions about his portrayal, but I'm just gonna keep them to myself because I don't want to get slaughtered. So
I don't think you're necessarily gonna get slaughtered when it comes to like if you don't like in the portrayal you're talking about is in Quantumania, right? Oh no,
also that a little bit.
Yeah, but in this one, yeah, I don't think like if you think it's too eccentric or he's like playing it up too weird, I don't think you're gonna be the only one thinking that.
Yeah, it's like okay then. I just don't like the portrayal. Like I think it's a bit, first and foremost, it's a bit tired, this kind of trope, and also the way that he's talking is not it's just
it seems like a performance and not how someone would behave.
Oh well, yeah, sorry. I was just about to say
speak Danish.
yeah. I'm just not buying it. And of course there are a lot of like things to his character and whatnot and all of that. But I as you say, it's a performance. So I feel like it's very hard because with a lot of people, when you do really great acting, for me at least, it's like you can't really tell that this person like how they are in real life, or they can't like it doesn't necessarily feel like a performance.
No, they just become a real person.
Yeah, and this is just like he seems like a 1D caricature of something. Like it's
the stuttering scientists.
Yeah, and like it's not even like proper stuttering. It's or I don't know. Of course, I don't know because I haven't stuttered, but like I think stuttering is a very like I don't feel like a lot of actors have actually got that right like ever. I think he's doing a nice job, not necessarily like a perfect job, but Colin Firth in the King's Speech is definitely some of the, I would say, better portrayals, but it's still like it's just miles from real stuttering. And it's like and like it's not that I don't get his choice of, or it was probably not even his choice. It was just like maybe it was someone who told him like, well, you have to be an eccentric.
Make him as eccentric as you can.
Yeah, and you know, like a classical like tropey kind of stereotype. But it's just like and I think that's why the film breaks a little bit for me, because it's like he's it doesn't sound like stuttering. It just seems like a weird choice, because I don't feel like a lot of people actually speak that way, as you say. It's like
it's just a funny quirk that he's got going on.
And it's not even like and I don't understand. Like I don't understand his choice. Is it because he's actually really smart and it's just like a whole like that side of him is just like a whole like it's just a performance, like it's a performance within a performance, if that makes sense. That he's just is an act that he put on, because then he seems harmless, and then he's actually definitely not harmless.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a more serious side of him.
Because we haven't seen him alone, right? We have seen him with Miss Minutes. We have seen him alone with Renslayer. We have seen him alone with.
We've seen him like literally put on a performance in front of a bunch of people, trying to swindle them and sell.
Exactly. So perhaps it's all just a performance, and he's just like acting this way because then people would write him off as a weird nerd that it's just like. But then again, I feel like you could still do that, but without whatever this is.
Yeah, sure. We'll see. But like, what did you think about his performance as He Who Remains? Then,
I freaking loved it.
Because he was also quite eccentric there.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like there was something about the way that he was so like he was eccentric in another way. He was more like he actually seemed like a guy who's been sitting there for like the end of time, and he's just like
it just became that like that's what is someone who is just sitting there, as you say, like at the end of time by himself. He who remains. Like, being by yourself will do things to your mind, and if you're by yourself for eons, then sure. I'm with you on that, where it's hard to say like, oh, we don't want Jonathan Majors to play an eccentric version of Kang, because obviously like one of the versions worked for us, and I think worked for a lot of people, and then this one maybe not as much. Like we don't know how, like it might just be the two of us who are like not that crazy about it. I don't it didn't bother me personally as much as it bothered you, I guess.
Out of the immersion, and me being taken out of the immersion, it means a lot when it comes to stuff like this. It really it's also the reason why we usually don't do dub, but we do like original language, because it takes me so much out of the immersion that I just can't focus on it. And especially because I have so much trouble with like focus and attention, so it's hard for me if I'm taken out of the immersion. I'm just like I give up, because
makes it hard to follow.
Yeah, and it's like if I have to actually sit down and focus on something, it just feels a little bit, to me, like if I can't really immerse myself in it, I feel like it's a waste of time in a way, if that makes sense. And that's just like, I have personal issues. I have a lot of issues. So one of the many things is just like, I feel like if I waste time, that would have been time better spent on something else. And if I'm taken out of this immersion, I feel like I'm wasting time. And, you know, that's just like not a feeling I'm pretty, like, I don't like that.
No, I get it. No one likes to have their time wasted. But, like, we're being very...
Yeah, it's just nitpicking.
It sounds like we didn't enjoy the episode at all.
No,
like, that's not the case. Like,
that's
it's
not
still...
it. It's just...
really well made. It was fun seeing him in this time period, and they played around with that genre as well. And
great.
The type of silliness that they had in this one seemed like a very old-fashioned way, and with that like funny music when they're running around and chasing each other, and some of the mannerisms of the characters again. And that could also very much be why Jonathan Majors like made that choice to really play into it, because it was like it fit the time.
And like the atmosphere of the whole episode. Yeah,
perhaps, and he's going to be different, a little bit different when we see him next time. But
he did drop the act a little bit in the end, where Sylvie was like threatening him, and he dropped the act a little bit. So that's also why I'm thinking perhaps it's just like a performance within a performance. But then again, I don't know, because, well, unlike him, I'm not able to see the future. So.
Yes. But let's get into like what then happened in this episode. It was, Loki and Mobius trying to, at first, find Renslayer and Miss Minutes. They found them, but then found this version of Kang. That was also what Renslayer and Miss Minutes was after, was him. Mm-hmm. So it became a sort of a quest to get their hands on him, like both teams there, and then Sylvie coming in as a wild card in the end. So it was very much like here's a MacGuffin, or here's like something that we need to get our hands on. But all of the characters want to. They have different goals and whatnot. So a lot of the episode was just spent on like chasing him. But when it comes
or each other,
yeah. But when it comes down to it, then Loki and Mobius wanted him to come back so that they could use his temporal aura to fix the temporal loom. And Renslayer actually wanted the same, but she just doesn't trust Mobius, and definitely not Loki. So that's why she didn't want to do it with them. But it also very much seems like she really wants someone to give her the fucking credit that she apparently deserves for running this thing for so long. Like, I am the reason why the TVA has been standing. It's not because of any of you guys. And I want to be on top. Like, she wants that power again.
Sure, and she's the whole thing with like order and like I am order, and I've been sitting here working my ass off.
Yes, without anyone knowing.
Yeah. Well, thanklessly, she said. She used the word thanklessly.
Yes.
So it's also like I want to have the credit.
Yes, I want to keep doing it, but I want people to see me doing it so that I can get the credit now. And then we have Miss Minutes, and she's more of an enigma of a character in a way. Like she revealed to us like one of the things that she wants here in the end is she wants him to make her an actual body, and she wants to be his girl. So she very much wants to rule this thing with him. So a partnership, I guess. Although he doesn't want that.
He says he doesn't do partners.
Yes.
And then Miss Minute says something in the end, like, "Oh, and you're gonna hate this. You're gonna get very angry."
Oh yeah, when she was talking to Renslayer in that place. Yes. So there's a secret there that we have yet to hear. And then we also have Sylvie, who just like she just wanted to kill him because of everything and the TVA, and she still just hates the TVA. And I hope there's gonna be. It was nice that she made that decision in the end, because I was afraid she was just going to be a bit one note this season, where it's like, at first, I just want to be left alone. Fine, get that. I want to experience everything. Then she gets sort of pulled out of that, and she just becomes very single-minded. Like, okay, fuck it. I want the TVA to be gone. I want you all to leave me alone. But for that to happen, I'm going to have to kill or make sure that the TVA doesn't get created. Or, yeah, she's just vengeance. So hopefully that there's more to it and more to her character going forwards. But I guess that's like those the motives there when it came to the characters. And now
perhaps it's like I still have a hard time figuring everything out. That's also usually why I sit squinting the whole episode, because I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And also with when he introduced like the whole temporal loom before like the prototype. He talked a lot about like this also with like entropy and everything, and how he was gonna use the
time to power.
Yeah, exactly. Like power everything, and it was very interesting. Especially, I was really trying to understand it, because physics is not my strongest suit. But the thing with entropy, and I also I love how entropy is such an interesting phenomenon. I don't know, power. I don't know how to explain it, but like
concept or thing,
yeah, well, it is a thing. It's like a law of physics. It's entropy, but how this because it's kind of contradicting, because the more chaos, because entropy is basically like atomical chaos, and it's like it has potential energy. I don't know how to explain it, but like free energy and potential energy is like huge when it's like the more chaos, like the more entropy there is, the higher energy.
The more energy it generates.
Yeah, well, it's like the potential. It's like that's hard. Physics is so freaking hard for me, and this is one of the many reasons. But it's like it has so much potential energy, versus if you actually. So if you have more order in for example, like the way that you structure like a molecule, you take away some of that entropy, because you actually you organize, you order, you put things like there's in some sort of order, and then you kind of take away some of that potential. It's such an interesting thing. Like also again, English is not our native language, so even like talking about this stuff, it makes even harder to talk about, but like this like is kind of contradictive in a way, that something like chaos, it has so much energy, potential energy, and order has not a lot, and then he wants to harness some of that, like, and kind of like create order,
or at least
out of chaos in a way, like
here in what he said is like he wants to power the world, but if you go forward, like he's using the chaos of the entropy and like all of the timelines, and to create weave it into one single timeline and create order, and that's what the temporal loom does. Yeah, and it's just like there's just so many things like physics wise where I'm just really like, trying to understand everything, and I know I'm not supposed to. No, like stuff from real physics, and then weave together with science fiction or fantasy, and what's going on here in the MCU and everything with the multiverses, which is like not provable like in real life. And everything is fiction, science fiction, everything is fiction until it becomes fact. Yeah, that was really interesting, that whole thing. That was really because there are a lot of things throughout time where it used to be a science fiction thing, and then it's becoming a reality as technology evolves. Not that I think we're gonna get to like time travel and multiversal travel at all, but it's rooted in real concepts, and it is, and it can be confusing, but I still like stories like that when they're well told. And so far, now we are halfway through season 2, and I am really interested in seeing what's going to happen, because now we are going back to the TVA, and they are bringing Victor Timely with them. And I have a feeling that him, or at least the Kang variants are really gonna start coming into play now, and they're gonna be a big part of it, and not just something they talk about.
Yeah, so. it's very. I think it's actually very hard to kind of figure out where we're going.
Yeah, that's also one of the things we really like about this show, as we've mentioned, is that it's hard to predict exactly what's going to happen.
But it's also like it's very spot on when it comes to the nature of Loki himself, like the character. Like,
hard to predict.
They just thought, okay, Loki, unpredictable character. What about we made an unpredictable show? Yay! And then, well, here we are.
Yeah. Exactly, and it was fun. Speaking of Loki, just seeing his reaction to like those Norse mythology caricatures, and of course he was sort of mad that he wasn't there, because it was Odin and Thor, and then Baldur.
I'm actually a little bit because I think usually in English they actually write it Baldur with like an. And I'm just saying it in English, but but with a U. So it's more close to at least the Icelandic pronunciation, and also the way that you write it. Whereas like Balder or Balder, like it was here, is more close to the Danish and Swedish, I think.
Okay, yeah.
So like, it's a little bit interesting.
It's sometimes very different, like what the pronunciations and.
Yeah, and some would say like.
Because like in God of War. Played God of War and God of War Ragnarok, they pronounce him Baldur in that, and spell it Baldur.
Right. Yeah.
Baldur. Yes.
And it's just and I know a lot of people would say that the correct way of pronouncing things is in Icelandic, because Icelandic is the closest to Old Norse. Yeah. But since languages are dynamic, and it's not only like Iceland, even though they had Snorri's his whole Edda prosa.
I don't think people understand any of the words
sorry,
you just said.
Unless you're a real nerd, Norse mythology nerd. But like that, we have basically two major sources of Norse mythology. One is Snorri's Edda. It's like a huge prosa, so like a huge like lyrical thing, and that's like where one key, like one source, and the other source is Saxo's. It's like an old Dane writing down something. That's also why there's a lot of like confusion and like contradictions in what is actually real and what's not.
Although,
and what did you grow up with? And so again, like the Danish pronunciation or the Swedish or the Norwegian pronunciation, even though it actually differs from Icelandic, Iceland does not have like monopoly on this. So it's just as correct to say it in Danish or Swedish or Norwegian than it is in Icelandic. At least that's my take on it.
Yes, got it.
And languages are dynamic, so they evolve over time. So it's still correct.
Yes. All right, that was a lot. It was a lot in the episode and a lot in our discussion. So I think we're just gonna wrap it up here.
I have a lot of other stuff to get into, but it's fine. We'll just wrap it up.
Otherwise, this is gonna be a very, very long video.
Yes, and there's probably a baby waking soon. So.
Yes, exactly. So let's get to Danish word of the day, and then we'll wrap it up. And in this episode, we met Victor Timely, who's an inventor. So why not just translate that? Inventor in Danish is?
Opfinder.
Yes.
So basically, directly translate or kind of is like you make up stuff. Or
yes.
Like you,
Upfinder.
Like you discover things.
Yes.
But again, it's not like directly translated because, but at least like the roots of it is like you make up things.
Yes, sort of. In a way. Yeah. Inventor in English and Opfinder in Danish. And I'm completely out of juice now. I'm just slowly shutting down, or my brain is at least. So good thing that we're ending this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in a week's time. Bye.
Bye.